Rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop. This the flow that got the block hot. Got super hot. Hey, give me my respect.
All right, today we got my man Antonio on K's Hot Seat. This is episode 4.
Good morning.
Say hello to the people.
Good morning, people.
We got the 03-04 Lakers going off against the 07-08 Celtics. I am the Lakers. And I'm about to big man. I'm with my man Shaq right here. Wow, good jump. Great job. Great job.
I don't know what.
Well played. Well
I
played.
gotta get my basketball IQ back.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is Michael Porter Jr. Now, Michael Porter Jr. just released a video of him doing a windmill dunk, but this guy has not played in the NBA a single game. And, you know, this is his rookie year. He's had back problems the entire year.
Get there, PP.
What do you think the Nuggets system is going to look like whenever he comes back? You know, they're already doing a great job in the West. They're already competing against the Warriors, competing against the Rockets. How do you think they're going to fend off whenever they get their first-round draft pick back from his injury?
I feel like it's gonna take a matter of a lot of like time and practice to fit him back into the role that he was supposed to have, and then a matter of playing him with a restraint on the amount of minutes that he gets before he can, like, I don't want to say like start, but basically get into the position that they wanted him to be at on that team.
Right. I mean, you know, coming back from an injury is always a tough thing, but when you're coming back from an injury and your first game is a whole different level, it's not college anymore, it's now NBA. I honestly think it has all the formulas to be a bust pick, to be honest. I mean,
it's definitely going to be difficult because he didn't get to jump straight into it. Like, he didn't get to have what, like, Lonzo and, like, Trae Young had, where they could, especially, like, Trae Young, because he had to start for his team, where they, like, got time to, like, build up that level of basketball. What just happened? That level of, like, playing at that level for, but he just kind of gets dumped in, especially coming in after the All-Star break.
Wow, just throw it on him twice. That's fine.
Like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Porter Jr., he was a great college basketball player. A lot of people compared him to Ben Simmons. I mean, we all see how Ben Simmons is doing right now in the NBA. He's doing a pretty good job. The only difference is Michael Porter Jr. can actually shoot the ball. So, I mean, I think whenever he does get to the NBA or whenever he does beat his injury battle, I think he will be able to contribute. Come on, get off me. Get off me.
Lock him down.
It's Kobe, man.
Lock
Come
him
on.
down.
You don't lock down Kobe.
Kobe don't want this work.
Come on.
Somebody let Kobe know who he messing with. PP.
Okay. 7-6. It's fine. Whatever. Anyways, we're done talking about Michael Porter Williams.
Michael Porter Williams.
So let's talk about the next thing. Let's talk about Spike Lee. Spike Lee, after the Knicks had won their first game in about 18 games.
Which they weren't supposed to win.
Yeah, Spike Lee released a statement. He said, no, like, we're trying to tank. Which this means that they want to lose these games. They want to keep losing so that they can get a good pick in the draft, you know, the number 1 pick, which obviously they're going to use that number 1 pick to pick up Zion Williamson. Now, what does it say about the type of environment that the NBA has created where you would rather throw away an entire season just to get this one player for you?
It's not about the... It kind of just goes to show that they don't really care about what the fans want to see. Because if the NBA cared about what the fans wanted to see, it'd be rigged.
Okay. Well, I mean, to a degree, kind of like, you know, getting a Zion Williamson on our team. Because if you ask me, Zion Williams isn't the best person in this draft. It'd be R.J. Barrett.
I'd definitely take R.J. Barrett. Honestly.
But they're going to get Zion Williamson because of all the publicity that's coming with him, because of the explosiveness that he plays with, the excitingness that he plays with, the pure dominance. They're getting him for marketing. And, I mean, you being a Knicks fan, yes, you want Zion Williamson to come to your team. You think he's going to be a great player. But, I mean, I can see what you're saying in the sense of all these season ticket holders and all these people who are coming out to these games that are coming to watch the Knicks. They're basically coming to watch the Knicks lose. Like, how could you cheer for a team to lose? I don't understand.
You know that they're going to lose. Because at this point, it's like they said, we're going to lose, but something's great is gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they get Zion and they don't start winning, the Knicks fans are gonna hate the Knicks.
Yeah. And I mean, they picked up Porzingis. I honestly believe that's why they traded Porzingis. Yeah, I think they traded Porzingis away because they know for a fact they're gonna tank this season and get Zion Williamson at power forward. But I mean, like, after they drafted him, Knicks fans booed him. And I mean, he brought so much to the city, but he didn't have enough support to, make it that extra step that they want to see. Oh, that's a foul. Yes,
To
sir.
be honest with you, if I was the Knicks, I would have been on what the Pelicans were on with AD. I wouldn't have traded Porzingis to Dallas.
No?
No. Because why would you? Because the reason the Pelicans wouldn't trade AD to the Lakers is because they was like, we're not about to give you a tool to use against us.
Yeah.
Why would you feel like the best decision was to trade Porzingis to Dallas, right, and put him right alongside Luka Doncic?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what they get out of it, they got Dennis Smith Jr., they got DeAndre Jordan.
Which was
DeAndre Jordan, he's like, 33 years old, so he's But Dennis Smith Jr., he's a really good point guard. And, I mean, not that point guard's a position that they're lacking in. But, I mean, they also got Tim Hardaway, I believe.
I don't keep track of the Knicks. They lose a lot of
Yeah, I
games.
mean, well, they got some good playmakers for him. And, like, I think, honestly, it was all just built to support Zion Williamson.
It most likely is. This man's not moving at all.
That's Tony Allen, man. Put some respect on his name.
My man was not moving.
He's the defensive player ever. The greatest defensive player ever, if you ask me.
Was that Kobe that took the last shot?
No, Kobe wasn't him. That was some dude named Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, transitioning forward.
Since we're already talking about him.
Let's talk about Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson and the impact that he's had on Duke has been phenomenal. But he just got hurt here. What's Duke going to look like without Zion Williamson? If he's day-to-day, he's going to come back. But, I mean, if they didn't have Zion Williamson, what do you think they would look like?
Honestly, the pace that they play at is about to slow down hella.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have Zion and RJ Barrett running down the floor at the same time. Now you just got that one person to lean on. At this point, you kind of like the Cavs when they had LeBron, where you have a nice squad behind him, but because you've relied so much on these other two players to run the floor for you and really get everything spaced out and going, and you get one taken away, it's going to be like a whole different system to play on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll change position or change the system a little bit, but with RJ Barrett, man, do you honestly think that they're still not going to have those fast breaks down the court? Like, they're still not going to have those transition steals that lead to easy buckets?
I feel like they are, but it's not going to be the same energy on the court when they got them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because when they get one with Zion on the court, you know he's about to come down. He's about to do some type of dunk, and it's about to get lit.
Mm-hmm.
But if RJ Barrett's the only one leading these fast breaks, you might get a dunk.
Yeah, I mean, you also have Cam Reddish. They still got a great team. I mean, they're still easily going to make it to the tournament. They're still, if you ask me, easily going to win the tournament.
I feel like it's like a thing, is if KD got injured on the Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like it's an impact, but they're still a great team.
Right. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and transition into Zion Williams' injury. What does that mean for people in his position, players in his position that play for these college teams that aren't getting paid, and they're out there risking injury, risking potentially their high-paying career in the NBA because of a college team that doesn't pay them at all?
Exactly.
Do you think that college players should get paid?
I feel like if you're playing on the level that he's playing on, you should be getting paid.
Okay,
Not
but
to
then
take
how
a-
would you distinct? Should average, John Doe for some little team get paid? Should he get paid? How should the contracts work out if they should get paid? Do you have any ideas on that?
That's a very tough question. I ain't gonna lie, but it's like a matter of like what level are you playing at on this team? Like, do you deserve to be paid? Because For one, most of the people on the basketball team are already getting a full ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're getting paid with an education. That is true.
So why would I pay you if I'm already giving you a full ride and then you're really not even contributing to the team to the
Good
point where it's
defense.
making a change at all?
Do you think it should be like in performance-based pay?
Definitely.
Yeah. So like, how would you account for like rookies coming in who are gonna have a big impact on them?
What do you mean?
So like, if you had the number one draft prospect in America, he's coming to your team. How would you determine how much he should get paid? Should you just base it on like, well, we think it's kind of how the NBA does it, I guess, to a
You
degree.
base it on like how they did before they got there.
In high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna give them. I wouldn't like be handing out major contracts just for the sole purpose of because if you are that good, you're not gonna be here that long.
Yeah, right. It'd be like maybe 1-year deals.
Right. I'm not gonna give you like this dope contract where you getting paid all this money just for you to be here for a year.
Karl Malone just hit a 3-pointer on you.
Yeah, he did.
I just want you to acknowledge that.
I was gonna disregard it, but then you want to talk about it.
Oh, no,
Get it
no,
back.
no.
Come here. We here now.
Well, I mean,
We're here.
it's definitely an interesting topic. You know, college
here.
players being paid. They definitely deserve to get something if they're out there risking injury. Otherwise, they would. If Zion Williams is smart, he would just not play the rest of this year. He already had that close scare because his sneaker exploded, I guess.
But he's been playing at the level that he's at all season though. So it wasn't a matter of like he needs to tone down his aggression on the court. It's just a matter of like he had on a bad shoe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just means that there's always that slight possibility that's way out of your reach that you can't control, that you could get hurt.
It's like that for any player because if you play at that level, it's even if you play with that type of mindset and then you take that into the NBA, it's gonna be your chances of getting injured in the NBA are way higher than they are in college because you out there playing with grown men. But I'm like, you can't really have that mindset as a basketball player, especially if you're a great one.
Yeah. Okay, so would you suggest that Zion sit for the rest of this year or what?
Definitely not.
No?
No.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt his draft. Like,
It wouldn't
hurt his draft spot at all. He would be preserving himself for that major contract that's just waiting for him in a year.
I'd say if he's going to sit, I wouldn't, like, stop playing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to sit out and you're not going to play in games, you still need to be, like, going hard in practice and playing outside of being on the court.
That is true. I mean, you could say he could get hurt at practice.
Right.
All the same. Like, that doesn't mean he should stop.
But, like, if he sits, the thing is, if he sits and then he gets drafted to the NBA, not in a practice, you ain't played for how long now? And then you get back on the court, and you're not getting back on the court with college students in a college practice. You're getting back on the court with grown men at NBA level at an NBA practice. It's not going to be the same, and then you're not going to be in the same shape that they in.
Yeah. I mean, this is true. You have to, at some point, ask yourself, how much are you willing to give up in order to just make it there? And I mean, if he did, like, obviously this is probably not going to happen, but let's say he did decide to sit out for the rest of this year, and he got worse. As a GM,
Right.
like, you're sitting there looking at it like this guy hasn't played in a whole season or a whole half a season or whatever.
Right.
He probably stayed in shape. He probably still conditioned and stuff, but everyone knows, like, that's not the same as in-game conditioning, as in-game mentality. And if you ask me, call me old school, but that kind of says a lot about your mentality when it comes to your personal agenda. Because ultimately, when it comes to basketball, when it comes to football or any sport, it comes to the team. Like, you want to do what's best for your team no matter what.
Unless you're Kobe.
Unless you're Kobe. Well, Kobe loves the Lakers. Get out of here.
Kobe loves Kobe.
Kobe loved the Lakers.
Only person that loves Kobe only person
Kobe
that loves
loves-
anything more than Kobe is how much Kanye loves Kanye.
Ooh, you lucky I didn't get that alley-oop in there. Don't pull up with Allen.
Shut up.
Okay. I see we're going to have a game on our hands. Oh, got him.
We're talking about, my opinion, second greatest shooter of all time.
Who's first?
I give it to Steph.
You give Steph first?
I give it to Steph just
Larry
because.
Bird?
I give it to Steph.
Clay?
Just because of Only reason I can't give it to Clay is because he's a hot or not shooter.
This is true. I don't know. I'd say if I was talking best 3-point shooters, obviously, yes, Steph is first. But I don't know. I saw a video clip of Larry Bird in his 3-point contest, and he was killing it, man. He was killing it. Okay, so we are now into halftime. I have 3 things that I always ask during halftime. We're going to go ahead and go with the first one. Tonio, what is your starting 5 for the all-time NBA?
Are we going by position or just period?
By position.
All right, for one, I'm definitely taking Bill Russell.
Bill Russell at center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Giving it to... No. Okay, I take that back. I give it to Wilt at center.
Wilt Chamberlain at center.
Wilt Chamberlain at center.
Okay.
Power forward. It's tough.
It's tough? Yeah.
It's tough. There's
Some great candidates. Remember, you got like Karl Malone in the mix. You got Tim Duncan in the mix. You got Dennis Rodman.
I'm going to give it to Tim Duncan just because of that IQ. Like, Tim Duncan plays on a different level.
Right.
Like, y'all both out there, but he's playing a different game.
Got you. Okay.
And then small forward, got to give it to LeBron. That's a given.
More or less, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. And then shooting guard.
How is this one not the given? I don't understand. I don't
Shooting guard's
understand
a
your
given.
logic here.
Okay. My last 2 are going to have to be Kobe and Jordan.
Okay, you got to
doesn't-
pick one of them for shooting guard because neither of them played point guard.
If I'm picking one for shooting guard, I'm picking Kobe.
Kobe over
You
MJ?
don't know why?
I want to know why.
What if we're down 3?
Michael Jordan had that mentality too, though, man.
I don't want to rely on you going in there and getting a foul. We're down 3, 2 seconds left. I got to throw the ball in and you got to pull a 3. You giving it to Jordan or Kobe?
I don't. All right,
you giving
man.
it to Jordan or Kobe?
Okay, so who would you pick for point?
Yeah. Steph.
Steph? All time. Steph?
All-time Steph. Just because of what he does to a team, even if he doesn't drop points, the chemistry that he puts into a team is crazy.
All right. Well, that's your starting 5. My next question is who's going to win the championship this year? Oh, I just left Allen open, didn't I?
I'm going to give it to the Warriors.
Warriors?
The Rockets will definitely give them a run for their money, but I'm going to give it to the Warriors.
Interesting. No one from the East. I still haven't had anyone from the East, man. 76ers are looking good. Bucks are looking good. No one from the East.
The
Celtics.
Bucks, this is the thing. Celtics, the Kyrie is the only person on the Celtics that wants it enough, is how I
Interesting.
feel.
You don't think Al Horford wants it? I mean, the man's 32 years old. He still hasn't had a ring. He knows his time's limited.
I mean, I feel like he wants it, but once again, he's 32 years old. He can only do so much on the court.
This is
Al
true.
Horford is an effect on the court, but he's not the level of effect that like Jason Tatum has that he doesn't play at.
And also Gordon Hayward, also all these young
Jaylen
guys like
Brown.
Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart.
Like you have all these young
Terry
dudes that are
Rozier.
extremely talented,
Yeah,
but for some reason are like holding back.
okay, I got you. Well, then my last question that was supposed to be for the halftime show, it always runs over. That's fine. My last question is, would you rather be a really good player but with a bad coach, and you're always making All-Stars, you're always making MVPs, but you never make it to the finals? Or would you rather be a really bad player, averaging maybe 5 minutes a game for your entire career, but with a really good coach, and your team is always making it to the finals? You may not win the finals. It's not guaranteed to win it, but you at least have a chance. You're like a team that has LeBron on it right now. Which one would you rather be?
I'd take being a bad player only because you have a great coach and it'll give you that knowledge. So then even if I don't win championships as a player, I could turn around and coach a team.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I didn't think about that. Yeah, very interesting. All right, cool. So the next thing we're going to hop into is we're going to talk about Paul George and Russell Westbrook and what they did against the Jazz. So they went into 2 overtimes in this game.
Ridiculous.
I have the stats down here. Let me look at them. Paul George had 45 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, while Westbrook had 43 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. So they're both nearly close to a 40-point triple-double. They're basically carrying their team.
They scored like 90 points.
Is that okay? Is it okay to have 2 players carry your entire team just to come away? Like imagine this. You have 2 players have 40-point, almost triple-double games, and they still only won by a buzzer-beating shot. Paul George hit the game-winning shot on him.
That's ridiculous, honestly, because you can't even compare that to anything. Honestly,
right?
There's nothing to really compare that to. You could be like, well, LeBron and Wade did it on the Heat. There's never been a night where they dropped 90 points and the rest of the team only scored 40.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you gotta ask yourself as a coach, like, what do you do? You're like, yeah, sure, you're happy you guys got the win. You're excited for Paul George, excited for Russell Westbrook. They're both playing like MVPs. Like, yeah, that's super exciting. Like, there's no way you can be happy as a coach when the rest of your team is only getting about 30 to 40 points.
Like, if one player's outscoring the rest of the team, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean...
And then let alone 2 players outscore the rest of the team?
Okay, so, like, going off of this, do you think that Westbrook and Paul George, if they really continue doing... Because they're both doing phenomenal right now. If they really continued on this path that they're on right now, do you think that they could potentially make a run? No?
No.
No type of run to the finals?
Because this is the thing. The problem is that's not going to beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
How do you stop a team where every person on the floor can pull up from 3 and get hot and only 2 of your players can?
Right.
Then the rest of your players ain't going to be able to play no defense, nor are they going to be able to pick it back up on offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean... raised some good points there. I think the fuel is gonna run out on the players for sure. And dude, I'm marking it. Westbrook's not gonna be in OKC forever.
He's not.
He hasn't had help his entire career besides whenever KD and James Harden were there at the beginning. And I mean, even then it wasn't enough. I don't see why Westbrook has stayed there. I mean, I can see the loyalty factor.
Nowhere else is as good as what OKC is offering right now. Convenient for Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean, he is the guy there. He has the say.
He can play however he wants to play. He doesn't have to tweak any style of his game. He can do whatever he wants to do on the floor.
Right. Well, kind of going off of, you mentioned the Rockets earlier. Let's go into that subject. Chris Paul basically destroyed the Rockets the other night. I mean, and they didn't even have James Harden. Chris Paul had 23 points and 17 assists, and this man's 33 years old. Do you think this is the Rockets' year? Do you think they'll be able to? Because this is them getting a dub against the Warriors without James Harden. Do you think whenever James Harden comes back that they'll actually be able to beat the Warriors this year?
I mean, me, as far as like regular season goes, I never compare anything. I never be like how you said, like this is them beating the Warriors without Harden. They beat regular season Warriors without Harden. Mm-hmm. They didn't beat the playoff Warriors without Harden.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, with Harden on the floor, I feel like they definitely stand a chance of beating him. Like I said, like I feel like they take him to a Game 7. Definitely. But
do you think this year that they're obviously going to match up in the Western Conference?
I do. But I feel like it has to be, everybody has to be playing. Because, like, a lot of people didn't realize it, but P.J. Tucker played excellent defense in that game. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a point where he was really locking down KD. He was, like, falling and everything. So if P.J. Tucker's playing that level of defense and a level of offense we all know that he can play, I'd say they win that 7-game series in Game 7.
Wow, the Rockets win it?
Because they had a chance at winning it last year without CP.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whenever CP did play, he did great and they won. It's just the games that he wasn't playing.
Jesus.
That's big diesel right there. Watch this. Bow, right in your face.
It's aggressive.
But no, whenever CP didn't play, those are the games that they lost. You know, if everyone stays healthy. Now, judging, it can go on the other end, too. You could have the Warriors. You could have Steph Curry. Steph Curry has plenty of ankle issues. If he gets an ankle issue in the playoffs, do you think that's an easy dub for the Rockets?
Oh, it's definitely, because the Warriors have shown that they can't play without Curry.
Yeah,
And KD can't lead that team.
Yeah, you have Curry. If Curry sits out, if you have KD sit out, if you have Klay sit out. Even Draymond Green is a big factor in all the wins. If you ask me, this day and age, with everyone who's building these super teams, it's no longer, we don't need Draymond Green. We still have this big three, and we'll still win with them. Like, they need every piece that they can get.
Because Draymond Green makes up a very large piece of that defense.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Klay Thompson is a factor to be reckoned with whenever they have to pay attention to Steph Curry and to KD. But if you don't have a Steph Curry or a KD, then they can expand their attention to Klay Thompson.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the NBA teams today have really stepped up to these teams who have created super teams. Oh, come on, Kobe. Oh, Kobe. Into the third quarter, man. I'm up by 8.
This is my first time playing 2K in years. Honestly, have not played since this summer. I honestly think the last time I played... Oh, no. I take that back. I played last semester when I was blowing out Dorian. That man's terrible.
Okay.
He's not good.
All right, let's get into a different topic. Let's talk about DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
This man, DeMar DeRozan, got traded, mind you, to the Spurs for Kawhi Leonard, and there was a bunch of other details that went into the trade. But that was the main trade. It was DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard. But when DeMar DeRozan returned to Toronto, they made a whole tribute video for this man. They welcomed him with open arms. We miss you. Kind of making it seem like they want him to still be there. And I don't understand that, because as management, you traded this man away to get a player. You're basically saying, hey, we like the value of this guy. We think he's better than you. We're going to go with him instead of you, who you've been here all your career. But we want Kawhi Leonard because he's available. What do you think that says about the management for Toronto, that they would be willing to make a tribute video for a man that they trade away?
They just wanted to do something to say, we're sorry.
You think it's we're sorry? You think they do regret?
No, it's not a regret. It's just like they do it to make them not look like the bad guy. They're like, we really loved you, but it was a business decision, nothing personal.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. I don't like it. As DeMar DeRozan, I definitely wouldn't like it. Of course, to the fans, you'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm thankful for this video. You guys put in the time to create,
That's
thankful.
Cool and all, but I'm about to eat y'all alive on this court.
Even though he lost. And he lost that game because Kawhi Leonard stripped the ball from DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I saw that last play.
Yeah, it was a great, ending to it. But anyways, as DeMar DeRozan, my mindset in that is like, that's basically the management of Toronto just being fake.
Yeah.
They're being fake right there. They're saying, oh, we miss you. We're glad you're gone, but we missed you. You were a great player when you were here. You're not here anymore, and we're fine with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the situation, and I don't like how that went out.
I didn't either. I didn't like it, man. Didn't like it one bit.
Hey, what are you going to do to stop Kobe, man?
You don't stop Kobe.
What are you going to do to stop Shaq?
You don't stop Shaq. Why are you asking me ridiculous questions?
Asking me questions.
Everybody's
what are you going to do to stop Rick Fox, man?
Rick Fox does nothing.
Rick Fox has 5 month points.
Look at you. Rick Fox has done nothing. What are you going to do? Oh.
What are you going to... Oh, what? Huh? Ray Allen? You ain't doing nothing.
Stopped Ray. We can't even hold the ball.
If you think... What would you think if Shaq stayed on the Lakers? How many more rings would he have, man? How many more rings would Kobe Bryant have?
More than Jordan. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
They both have more than Jordan if Shaq took care of himself.
Shaq took care of himself for the most part until he started, getting traded all around the league. Like, he went to 6 different teams in a matter of 3 years.
He pulled the Dwight Howard.
Yeah, basically. He was just chasing rings for the most part. Come on, off his back, really? Oh, Jesus. Too easy.
I don't even know when you went up by 16. Not gonna lie, don't know when that happened.
When I started getting buckets.
Okay.
Yeah, did you like that?
No, Not even a little bit. Pop out. We here now.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
So since we're playing with the Celtics and the Lakers, obviously the Celtics and the Lakers have a history that go way back. That was a good charge right there.
Yeah.
Way to take that one right there. He kind of tucked it too. Yeah, call a timeout, coach, because this game's getting away from you, man. This game's getting away from you.
I don't know what happened. We were good up until the fourth quarter. You was leading by what, like 4?
Yeah, it was a close game, and then I'm just running off with it. It's fine. I got Kobe, I got Shaq back in the game. Like, your big 4 is nowhere near compared to my big 2.
No,
So
that's very true. The only thing I can really count on is Ray Allen.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got Paul Pierce. That's the truth, man. That's the truth.
They don't love Paul Pierce like that.
You thought you was getting a farewell tour?
Bro, I've been seeing that video everywhere. I'm like, why do y'all gotta disrespect? They don't love
That
you
was
like
Draymond Green, man. Draymond Green, he don't care. He goes there.
He's like, you thought you was Kobe? They don't love you like that, man.
Oh, bad shot. Oh, good putback. Maybe not.
Yeah, it was a terrible putback. He's gonna pull that. I didn't block. Come on now.
That's Kobe
I don't care who
Bryant.
it is. But this is the thing. Like, if him and Shaq would have won more rings than Mike and Jordan, he
Kobe-
still wouldn't have been compared. He still wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been like Kobe's better than Jordan
You don't think so?
because they would have been like he had Shaq.
Well, that is true. But, I mean, you can easily argue. No, it's not the same if you say that he had Scottie Pippen and he had Dennis Rodman.
Right. If you have an unstoppable force on your team, you can't be like put up there as the GOAT.
Yeah. So, ultimately, yeah, that's an interesting point to raise. Do you think if Shaq would have stayed there with Los Angeles and they would have gotten all these rings, do you think that would have taken away from Kobe's legacy?
I think it would have taken away, but it definitely would have added to Shaq's. Because then Shaq would have been put up there as like, all right.
Shaq
He
would have
can be
been like the
compared as the
Michael
greatest,
Jordan.
yeah.
He would have been like the Michael Jordan of the Lakers,
He would have
while Kobe would have been like the Scottie Pippen.
Right. Shaq, they would have been like, okay, this man might be the greatest of all time. We're talking about somebody that won 6, 7, 8 rings, and he was an unstoppable force all 6, 7, 8 years. Oh, yeah. There's
Yeah,
no comparison.
for sure. I mean, a lot of Kobe Bryant's, don't get me wrong, he was great whenever he was number 8, and he had Shaq there and back in the early 2000s. But a lot of his prime, okay, he is the greatest player in the NBA right now, that came whenever it was like 2007 to about 2011, whenever he was facing off against this Celtics team, actually. So, I mean, honestly, if he still had Shaq on that team and they were purely just dominating the Celtics team or dominating any other team that stepped out to him,
What's happening down there?
I don't think Kobe Bryant would have even been considered the greatest player in the league at that time. It would have still been probably Shaq. Players who had their own team, like obviously the big one is LeBron James.
Right.
You still
22.
had Tracy McGrady. You still had Carmelo. I mean, I left him open a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Kobe Bryant would have been to me, he's the greatest shooting guard. You can argue with me that all day long. I love Michael Jordan, but he is the greatest shooting guard.
Like I said, if you sitting there with 0.8 seconds on the left on the clock, and you down by 3.
I don't know. When it comes to that scenario, okay, so my reasoning behind why Kobe Bryant is the greatest player of all time is not because of legit just his performance on the court. Now, his performance on the court definitely compared to that of MJ and AI, and performance on the court, you could probably say Michael Jordan was better than him. In the final 3 seconds, I don't know, that's debatable either way you go. But I mean, I say it's number one because of the fact that he stayed with the Lakers through thick and thin for 20 years. He didn't go chasing rings. As soon as Shaq left, he didn't say, okay, well, I'm going to go to this Boston Celtics team so I can get another ring. He didn't, fold like a lot of other players would, especially in today's game, to get those rings. Instead, he stayed there. He built a new team that had Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom and Derek Fisher and all these players to get more rings. And that's why I say he's the greatest player of all time. Well, Kobe is the greatest. Well, Antonio, it's been good beating you.
I don't know what happened. Like,
It's fine, man.
It was
It
a
happens.
close game the
It's
entire
that Mamba
game.
mentality.
Fourth
Kobe came out in the last, couple minutes of the game, just took off on you.
I don't believe it.
It's fine. It's fine. Look at him. Look at him. He's all happy and stuff. Bang, bang. But no, it's been nice having you on the show, man. We talked about a lot of interesting things today. Definitely, to my fans out there, please like, subscribe, comment for more content, share this video around. Any last words for the people? No, he has no last words for the people. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next week, Thursday at 6, we're going to do this all again. We're going to play another game, have a different guest on the show. Thanks for watching.
So rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop. This the flow that got the block hot. Got super hot. Hey, give me my respect.